Good YouTube, Quinn Wade. Coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about the Spurs, man. They continue to look good and play real well together. Wembanyama's still coming off the bench, and that's no problem because he comes in and dominates still, and he's still getting good numbers. And they won this game 124 to 113. The Wizards made it look a lot more respectable, even though they was down basically the entire game. The Wizards did go to 5-22, and they was at home, and their home record is 2-10. The Spurs are 21-7. That's a really good record. And 11-5 on the road. The Spurs did lose the first quarter, 28-26, but the game was basically over at that point because they won the second quarter, 43-21. Although the Wizards kept fighting, they won the third quarter, 37-29. In the fourth quarter, 27-26. They never really made a run to be able to get back in this game to be able to win it because the Spurs was so good at staying ahead and playing good team basketball, which was making sure the plays was ran correctly, executing them correctly, and finding ways to get the shots that they wanted when they needed to. Um, Let's talk about the Spurs more. Harrison Barnes, 26 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. I like what he does, and he did a lot tonight because every single starter was able to get double figures in points, and every starter had a rebound or more. But he was 2 of 6 from 3 and 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound and 2 assists, 1 personal foul, a plus 5 and plus minus. You just want him to be a guy that can be open, and that is whether he's hitting the three, putting the ball on the floor if you close out too hard and get into the paint, or just making the right play by giving up the ball. Luke Cornett, big net, had a big night, 20-10. For him, he did a good job of rolling to the rim, and all he has to do is catch and finish. He did miss 3 of them, but the rest he made, 8 of 11 from the field in 28 minutes. He also went 4 of 4 from the free throw line to have 12 boards. He only had 1 block. He did get tortured a little bit in the paint, but it happens. He's a little slower than Wembanyama, of course, so you can catch him in certain instances where you can beat them to the rim and get good finishes. But you can say that about any big in today's game. 3 personal fouls, and he was a plus 13 and plus minus. And De'Aaron Fox had game high for the Spurs, which was very easy for him. He didn't really have to work too hard to score against this Wizards defense. The mid-range was there. The pull-up three was there. Obviously, he's impossible to stay in front of if he really wants to be. He went 10 of 19 from the field and 5 of 7 from 3 and 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He also had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and a -1 in plus minus. I like what he was doing. Fox is a great addition to this team. He's just another guy that can get and do whatever he wants to the defense, and the teammates benefit from that. Devin Vassell is one of them that does, but he didn't shoot the ball that great in this one, but it wasn't needed. He ended up playing 31 minutes and had 11 points. He was 3 of 11 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. I think he gets too caught up on trying to score on the perimeter too much instead of trying to find other ways to score. Although he did go 3 of 3 from the free throw line, he's just been more of a catch and shoot type of player, just like Harrison Barnes. And I think Devin Vassell can do a lot more than that. And he has shown that throughout his career. But he did get 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a block, 1 offensive rebound, and 2 personal fouls, and was a plus 7 and plus minus. And then Stephon Castle, he didn't shoot great either. He was 4 of 16 from the field and 1 of 5 from 3. But he made up for that at the free throw line, where he went 9 of 13 from the free throw line in 32 minutes. He still had 11 assists because he kept finding shooters and people in the paint. And he also had 5 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 3 steals. He's doing a good job of anticipating when to go for the ball or when to interrupt and get the steal. And he also got 1 offense rebound and 2 personal fouls and a +2 and plus minus. I mean, it's good to get a starter that can play well, as well as Stephon Castle. He has really been good as a rookie, and he's playing even better this year. Kelly Olynyk, 9 minutes. He was the only guy off the bench and not getting double figures in minutes, but he did get 4 points because he went 2 of 3 from the field. He also got 4 rebounds. Everybody off the bench got a rebound or more. He also had 2 offense rebounds out of the 4, and 1 personal foul was a +7 and plus minus. Keldon Johnson, he got 2 spot up wide open threes, and the rest was 2-pointers at the rim. 24 minutes, 12 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He also had 9 boards. He's been doing a good job of rebounding off the bench or as a starter. He had a turnover, 6 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a +3 and plus minus. And then Julian Champagnie, 18 minutes, 3 points. He was 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, because that was all his shots. He also had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, was a +2 in plus minus. I didn't have too much of a problem with his game because the looks were still good. He just couldn't make them, but you still have to shoot them or pass it if you have a better shot. Victor Wembanyama, 22 minutes for him. He had 14 points. He missed a lot of easy ones and even got blocked, but he still shot 16 to 13 from the field. Didn't shoot a lot of threes in this one, but he missed all of them. Went 0 3 from the 3-point line and 2 or 3 from the free throw line. But he still had a double double because he had 12 boards, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers and 2 blocks. He continues to have a block in every game, and that's really good to see. 2 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and a +5 and plus minus. And then Dylan Harper, he only played 18 minutes. He missed every single shot that he took. He was 0 of 8 from the field and 0 of 4 from 3 and went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. This will go down probably as the worst game he ever played. But he also had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, and 3 personal fouls, and was a +12 in plus minus. And then they shot 43 of 104, 41% from the field, 13 of 41, 32% from 3, 25 of 32, 78% from the free throw line. The thing that they did amazing was 61 rebounds. They had 26 assists, 9 turnovers. That was good that they took care of the ball. 3 steals, 5 blocks, 20 offensive rebounds, and Victor did a good job of getting those too. And it wasn't hard for the ball just went right to him. And 19 personal fouls. And Keldon Johnson had 6, and same with Luke Cornett, 6 offensive rebounds too. And then the Washington Wizards, they played a good game. It just wasn't good enough to win. The Spurs just was so mobile and so athletic. It made things tough and difficult consistently. And they started responding a lot later in the game. But by then, like I said, the lead was just so built up that it was hard to even win it. And they ended up not getting it done. But Justin Champagnie, 21 minutes, 5 points. He was the only starter to not score in double figures. Every starter did get a rebound or more also. He had 5 points. It was 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and a -5 and plus minus. He didn't take a lot of shots in this one. Didn't play a lot of minutes either. So I'm not really going to go crazy of how he played. Tristan did a good job of scoring, and he ended up taking the most shots in the game for the Wizards. He played 27 minutes, had 18 points, was 8 of 19 from the field. He also went 2 of 9 from 3. The Spurs were like, you can have that, and it ended up working out for him. Sometimes it can be that way. He also was 0 of 2 from the free throw line. He had the most rebounds on the team with 9. He also had 3 blocks, and he did block Wembanyama, which was very good to see. 2 offensive rebounds, and he also had 4 personal fouls and was a -10 and plus minus. Keyshawn George ended up playing 33 minutes. He had 14 points. He was 6 of 13 from the field. Still trying to get that 3-point shot to go, but he missed all of them. He was 0 of 7 from 3 and 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 7 assists. That was the most on the team. He also had 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, and ended up almost fouling out with 5 personal fouls. He was also a -14 in plus minus. CJ McCollum, 3J. He ended up going 1 of 5 though today. He also was 6 of 15 from the field to get 15 points because he also went 2 of 2 from the free throw line in 34 minutes. He had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 offensive rebound, and 3 personal fouls, and was a -2 and plus minus. And then Carlton Bub Carrington kept him in striking distance to where they wasn't getting blown out too bad sometimes throughout this game. He finished with 40 minutes. That was the most on the team. He went 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, and 3 of 5 from the free throw line. He also had 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 offensive rebound, 5 personal fouls. He almost fouled out and was a -1 and plus minus. The Wizards, they're not really good stationary defenders. They might move, they might compete, but you can get open, you can blow past them, you can get to the rim, you can get an easy dunk from time to time against them. And they was trying to fight that in this game, but it still ended up getting them in foul trouble. Anthony Gill, 5 minutes, 0 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 2 rebounds. All of them had a rebound or more off the bench. They also had 2 offensive rebounds and had no personal foul for Anthony Gill. He was a -11 though, and plus minus, and like I said, he didn't score at all. But the rebounds was good. It's better than nothing. Malachi Branham, 16 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3 point line, 4 rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a minus 19 and plus minus. He scored efficiently. He just missed, 1 of 3 from the 3 point line. Other than that, he had a solid game. Jameer Watkins, 22 minutes, 4 points, or 2 from the field. It was threes that he took besides going 4-4 from the free throw line. That's how he scored his 4 points, by making his free throws. He did have 5 boards and 2 assists, 2 steals. He also had 2 personal fouls and a plus 6 and plus minus. You're taking that game because he really came out and did some things right in this one, even fundamentally, that can help you possibly win the game. Will Riley, 8 minutes, 3 of 8 from the field, or 3 from 3, but he went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He also had 1 rebound and 1 assist and minus 3 and plus minus, and he also had no personal fouls. So that ended up being a decent game from him. And then Trey Johnson, he was good. He was 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, but he was also 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Had 7 boards and finished with 19 points. That was almost the most points on the team, but he did all of that in 25 minutes, which was the most also off the bench. He also had 2 blocks and 1 assist. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a plus 4 and plus minus. He was really good and really looked for his shots and really got the shots that he wanted, and he was able to make them. In this one, they shot better from the field, but they took less shots than the Spurs because, like I said, the Spurs had more rebounds. 42-95 for their shooting, 44% from the field. The Spurs shot 41. They was 11-45 though from three. They shot 4 more threes than the Spurs, but it was 24-32. The Spurs ended up shooting a better percentage, even though they shot less threes. And then the free throw shooting was more in the favor of the Spurs. They shot 32, and the Wizards shot 24. 75% from the free throw line was worse than the Spurs, and they also shot less than the Spurs. And then the rebound, it was 61-43. The Spurs won that one. They also had 6 more assists, 26-20. They did have more turnovers, 9-5 for the compared to the Wizards, and then 3 steals compared to the 5 of the Wizards. They won that one, and the Wizards also had 7 blocks to the 5 of the Spurs. But the Spurs did have 20 offensive rebounds, while the Wizards only had 8, and the Spurs had 41 defensive rebounds, while the Wizards had 35, and then 19 personal fouls, while the Wizards ended up having 25, which was way too many of a team that's already scoring against you because of you not playing consistent enough on both ends of the floor, and also giving up too many boards by not paying attention to where you're supposed to be at and where the players are at on the court to be able to even get the rebounds in the first place. And that can hurt you being able to win a game, especially when you didn't shoot the ball that great from the 3 point line and not really from the free throw line either. But they played a respectable game. I'm not going to go too hard on the Wizards. I feel like the Spurs had the better team. They had the better players. They had the better defenders. And they just a step ahead throughout the entire game of the Wizards, as they should be. This was one of them games where the Spurs could have lost, but they played the right way, and they did it throughout the entire game. And they ended up going up big and just was able to close out the game and take the fight that the Wizards still had in them, and still was able to win this game. And you have to respect the Spurs. They're still beating the opponents, still respecting their opponents, and still playing the game the right way. And they're doing that as a young team. So that's another thing that's fun to see and impressive to watch when it comes to them. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first comes out. I also do conversation videos just like this, but about other topics too, basketball, NBA ones only. Also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars, and also do mock draft and draft covers too. And on top of that, I also got over 4,000 videos already on my channel that you can watch right now and enjoy this all for free. Not only that, I also try to make videos every single day throughout the day to give you something to look forward to and something to watch when it comes to basketball, NBA content. Not only that, thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for showing love. Thanks for showing respect. Thanks for supporting the channel in the past, the present. Hopefully, y'all continue doing it in the future. Thanks for appreciating the content for what it is and continue to come back and continue to love and enjoy it for that. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. I'll see y'all later today. Hopefully, peace, and I'm gone for now.